Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank the Game Connects team for an excellent opportunity to speak at this fabulous event at the fabulous city of Hong Kong. But so let's come to actual topic. I'm going to share some insights of hypercasual games combined with HTML5 gaming ecosystems on the mobile web. But first of all, I would like to introduce myself. So, name? Okay. My name is Filip Karnamov, and I'm a serial founder of Black Snowflake Games. We're a game development studio which are strictly focused on HTML5 mobile-first games since like 2013. So we work with HTML5 games with around 6 years, and have released over 60 HTML5 games till now. But so now let's come to the actual topic. So, nowadays, many social platforms have already rolled out their own HTML5 platforms, with the most notable being, of course, Facebook Instant Games, which is recognized worldwide. But also, there are other platforms to mention. For example, in China, it's WeChat mini games and mini programs. It also may be TikTok, and even Tutao News app, each with its own features. Also, right now, we can see a shift from a strict chat-based gaming solutions to a more App Store-like approach, which means that it's possible to play a game without starting chat. For example, if you remember the very early days of Facebook Instant Games, it was very strictly tied to chat features. You need to send the game to another user in order to start the game. But right now, we can see that you can play alone as well and or invite players when you are already playing. So, coming back to the current state of instant gaming market state, I can't not mention a huge boost in Facebook instant games, which occurred last autumn and last winter, which it was caused by trivia apps like the most notable are OMG, WoW, and so on. According to instantintel.co market intelligence suite for Facebook instant games, those caused rapid growth of platform use base since October of 2018. You may probably have seen those games, you've probably seen even reposts from them on your Facebook friends news feed, like I'm 100% badass. Tap to check how badass are you, or something stupid or silly like this in your news feed. While some may consider those apps non-games, they clearly have mastered the art of virality around the game's purpose down to sharing this with your friends. It was nothing to mention that quizzes are easy to make, which resulted and eventually led to instant games platform literally flooded with very loud quality content, and Facebook obviously didn't like it and decided to strip so-called minimum utility apps, it's how they call quiz games, from main viral features, especially user info, which helped to personalize thread posts. For example, access to user profile picture, which previously could. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me right now? Okay. Thank you. So the Facebook decided to strip quiz apps from main social features, which resulted in a coming down of virality. But can we learn something from the rise and the fall of quiz apps? Definitely, since there are ways to use this approach in more advanced games. Like, for example, hypercasual games, one of the modern trends of mobile defined around 5 years ago and getting its hype for the last 2. If we compare this trend to trivia apps mentioned before and more traditional social games aimed for a long lifetime, such as match 3 with 100 health levels, hypercasual will be somewhere in the middle of in terms of casual user engagement. You can see that trivias are straight like tap, see result and share to your feed, while social big games, as we can call them, may not be so viral, but they're definitely much more easy and more perspective to monetize. And hypercasual games can be built like tap, see result, repeat, and share. One additional step is not so much in order to catch the viral flow if this scheme is used properly. Sounds like a neat opportunity indeed. But what if we'll take a different approach and focus on promoting our own games brand rather than one game? Actually, we could even drip and launch a whole hypercasual ecosystem in order to engage users better. So our first case study around the ecosystem was a game brand Garage launch into social network VK, which is the biggest social network in Russia, but this case can also be applied worldwide as well. So for initial launch, we chose VK of Contact, which is the biggest social network in Russia. And as we already had experience in publishing games right there, but most features from this case can be repeated on other platforms as well. The ecosystem consists of unified brand, graphical user interface, and social functions, while utilizing social network's native features. Garage also offers its own solutions, such as advanced leaderboards and cross promotion in order to promote user engagement even more. Compete with friends, aim to get to all-time leaderboard or the daily one. You can even play on behalf of your favorite community on VK to increase its overall score with each of new records. This feature is a blast for attracting large communities with a big user base. Not to mention that a unifying approach also means that we can write an API once and then use it in all games, allowing to focus on game design and deploy even faster. The key point is to utilize each social platform's features to engage users better and build a community around games. For example, VK.com allows to dynamically change the community's cover, which we use to display today's games of the day and today's top 3 results in it. Also, usually there are plenty of things which can be done with platform's API. For example, we can offer a custom skin based on we can offer a custom skin based on user's profile pictures, the screenshot on the left. Or joining for joining the game community, or another one for trading in-game currency with friends, as seen on the screen from on the right. Basically, anything aimed at growing your user base besides the main standard sharing and in your feed, which is actually represented as a big red button under the replay one in our ecosystem. Thanks to those tricks, our community is steadily growing. Even since it's a beginning state right now, we plan pushing new games more often and expanding to other platforms such, for example, as Facebook, WeChat, maybe in TikTok, and so on. One thing to note is that a strong backend is very important when going this way instead of only using the social platforms built-in features like the leaderboards and so on. This Christmas we have delivered a theme game together with VK, who were in charge for very big user acquisition, which resulted in a very big user flow. Our servers are capable of handling user load of 500 to 600 users simulators. But when the promo just started, it turned out that the traffic was too much, even with all sorts of content delivery networks like Cloudflare and so on, which resulted in a simple server faults because there simply wasn't enough hardware powers and infrastructure. Also, scaling was not working as expected. Many users got web page errors while opening the game for the first time. From this experience, I considered and advised planning the backend to handle a well above expected amount of users. But what about the games, actually? Well, I think that there are definitely discussions of key points to develop successful and hyper-casual games. But I don't forget that we have them integrated in a social platform so we can have more access to social features unlike the native games. As stated before, hyper-casual games model can be simplified to launch, play, share, repeat, which is very close to Trivias, which got a very big viral wave on Facebook last year, as I said before. So from our experience, there are several basic things to note if you want to fit your game into this paradigm. The first one is short sessions but many attempts, also known as easy to learn and hard to master. The most obvious example is Flappy Bird. Although I think that this game may be a bit too difficult and frustrating, it has a very notable combination of one-tap gameplay, difficulty and addictiveness. Let the player fight for some rewards, which means not only in-game goodies in form of new weapons, maybe currency and so on, but also something visible for other players, like top places and leaderboards. Since our games live in a social environment, those socializing rewards can encourage to invite others just to show off, resulting in the virality boost. Of course, we should not forget about retention mechanics. And again, as a rules, there are no so much difference from native games. We can use rewarded mechanics such as daily prizes for just opening the game notifications, which can be implemented in most social networks. And even bots, which is also can be a great way to communicate with the audience via private messages. By the way, be sure to check out the social platform's rules, as there may be restrictions regarding what you can send to your players. One of the examples that we actually implemented is a daily leaderboard in combination with notifying users about their place there at the end of the day. If they submitted a new record today, some games even reward top 10 players, encouraging to play again and again. The next point is to encourage to play again and again, but also encourage to share, which speaks for itself. It is the best way to boost games virality, and while rewarded players for sharing is a bulletproof way, designing your game to make the player want to share may result in a truly organic growth. But here comes the art of content making. It's up to you to decide what should make your game shareable. But little hint is to look at the current internet culture trends, actually. Maybe what's so popular in the internet right now, maybe make a game about this one theme. And finally, keep it minimal, but not very minimal. Flappy Bird was mentioned just as an example of a gameplay model, but not as a whole game to take as a reference. Well, looking at our points, it lacks unlockable rewards, retention mechanics, and straight virality drivers like instant sharing and so on. We can say its growth is content-based, but it doesn't actively use social sharing. It's a native game after all. In conclusion, instant games platforms are on a rise, and it may be a great time to start considering entering this emerging market. Not to mention that it's also a great way to engage non-gamers whose priority is social interaction. You can play game and share it with your friends right there. And while you can basically fit any game there, Hypercasual, Simple and Viral is seeing a new boom on mobile social platforms. And I hope really to see that there will be many new hits on social networks with instant gaming. So thank you so much. I'm a bit nervous, but if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Filip. So we actually have a little bit of time before our panel comes to the stage. So yeah, we have time for some questions here. So I've got a mic. Does anyone have any questions for Filip on this topic? No one at all. It's quiet here. It's too hot. Maybe everyone's kind of fallen asleep. Well, if people do have questions for Filip, of course, you're sticking around for the rest of the afternoon, I hope, and people can reach you on Pitch and Match, perhaps. Yeah, and also, of course, shared his email just there. So please do catch up with him there. If there's no more questions, I thought that was great. By the way, thank you very much. Then you're done. Thank you again. Thank you, Filip.